In the temple, nightfall is not the end. It is the beginning. While the world becomes silent, the body listens more deeply. It listens to how you treat it, to what you do before sleep, and how you prepare for tomorrow. I am Monk Hanzo, and for 89 years, I have walked this earth. My legs have carried me through mountain paths, temple grounds, and countless seasons of life. Yet even now, they remain strong, flexible, and pain-free. Many people think leg weakness is solved in the gym. They believe strength comes only from lifting weights or running miles. But I have learned a deeper truth. True strength is restored during the night, when the body enters its most profound healing state. You see, while you sleep, your body releases growth hormone. Your muscles repair themselves. Your circulation slows and deepens. Your nervous system shifts into restoration mode. This is when the real magic happens, but only if you prepare correctly. Tonight I share with you 7 evening rituals that monks like myself use to rebuild our legs while we sleep. These are not exercises in the traditional sense. They are actions of intention, breath, and nourishment. Sacred practices passed down through generations of temple keepers. Some take only 5 minutes, others require stillness and patience. But all of them will change how you walk when you rise. Perhaps you are 47 and feel your knees beginning to ache. Maybe you are 67 and struggle with circulation. Or perhaps you are 87 and fear your legs are failing you. It does not matter. Your legs are still listening, still waiting to be restored. These rituals work because they address the root causes of leg weakness, not just the symptoms. They improve circulation, calm inflammation, restore nervous system balance, and nourish the very essence that keeps your legs strong. Let us begin this sacred journey together. The feet are the roots of your legs. In traditional Chinese medicine, they connect directly to the kidneys, liver, and lower spine through meridian pathways that have been mapped for over 3,000 years. Each night, as the temple bells signal evening prayers, I prepare my sacred foot soak. This is not merely a luxury, but a medical necessity disguised as a simple pleasure. I fill a small wooden basin, carved from ancient cedar, with water heated to exactly the right temperature. Not scalding, but warm enough to penetrate deeply. To this, I add 3 thin slices of fresh ginger root and a handful of pure Himalayan salt. The ginger contains gingerol and shogal, compounds that dilate blood vessels and increase circulation. The salt provides essential minerals that your muscles crave, especially magnesium, which relaxes nerve pathways and reduces inflammation. I soak my feet for exactly 20 minutes while breathing deeply through my nose. During this time, I feel the warmth traveling up my legs, awakening pathways that have been dormant all day. This simple ritual accomplishes several miraculous things. First, it draws blood flow to the legs through a process called reflexive vasodilation. When you warm the feet, the body responds by increasing circulation throughout the entire lower extremity. Second, it activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for healing and recovery. Modern life keeps us trapped in sympathetic overdrive, the fight-or-flight state that prevents proper healing. Third, it warms the lower body, which is especially helpful for those suffering from cold legs, poor circulation, or diabetic neuropathy. The gentle heat penetrates deep into tissues, bringing oxygen and nutrients where they are needed most. But there is something deeper happening here. As I sit in stillness, feeling the warm water embrace my feet, I am teaching my body that it is safe to heal, that it is time to release the tension and stress accumulated during the day. Many elders forget the power of hot water and ginger. They reach for pills and complicated treatments when the simplest remedies are often the most effective. But we monks never forget the ancient wisdom. After 20 minutes, I slowly lift my feet from the water. They feel awakened, alive, ready for the next sacred practice. After the foot soak, I sit cross-legged on my meditation mat and turn my attention to a small but powerful point on the sole of each foot. This point is called Yongquan, which translates to gushing spring or bubbling well. It is the first point on the kidney meridian, designated as Kidney 1 in acupuncture charts. But its significance goes far beyond its clinical designation. This point is considered the root of vitality, the place where life energy enters the body from the earth itself. To locate Yongquan, I find the depression that forms on the sole of my foot when I curl my toes. It sits approximately 1/3 of the way down from the base of the second toe toward the heel, in the center of the foot. Using my thumb, I apply steady, gentle pressure to this point, not so hard as to cause pain, but firm enough to awaken the energy pathways. I press in small circles, breathing deeply and visualizing warm light flowing up through my legs. The ancient texts tell us that stimulation of Yongquan helps to ground excessive energy in the head, drawing it down to nourish the lower body. Modern science confirms that pressure point stimulation can improve circulation, reduce inflammation, and activate the body's natural pain relief mechanisms. I spend exactly 2 minutes on each foot, maintaining steady pressure while breathing slowly and deeply. Often, I feel a tingling sensation traveling up my legs. This is not imagination, but the actual movement of bioelectrical energy through nerve pathways. Regular stimulation of Yongquan helps to improve leg circulation by activating the muscle pump mechanism in the feet and calves. It rebuilds energy, or qi, in the lower body by clearing blockages in the meridian system. And it reduces fear and fatigue by calming the kidney energy, which governs our fundamental sense of security and vitality. Some nights, when my legs feel particularly heavy or tired, I will spend longer on this practice, sometimes up to 5 minutes per foot. The point may feel tender at first, but this tenderness fades as the energy pathways open and begin to flow freely. As I finish this practice, I feel a subtle but unmistakable shift in my legs. They feel more alive, more connected to the rest of my body. The foundation has been awakened, and I am ready for the next ritual. The knees are the gates through which life force flows between the thighs and the lower legs. When these gates become stiff or blocked, the entire leg suffers. This is why so many elders find their mobility declining, not because their muscles are weak, but because their knees have become rigid and inflexible. For this ritual, I use 2 pieces of bamboo, each about the length of my forearm and smooth from years of use. Bamboo is chosen not by accident, but because it represents flexibility and resilience. It bends without breaking, just as our knees should move with grace and ease. If you do not have bamboo sticks, your palms will work equally well. The intention and technique matter more than the tools. I sit comfortably on my mat, legs extended before me, and begin the sacred tapping ritual. Starting with my right knee, I hold 1 bamboo stick in each hand and begin gentle, rhythmic tapping around the entire knee joint. I start with the sides of the knee, using both sticks in alternating rhythm, like gentle raindrops on a temple roof. The tapping is soft but deliberate, never harsh or painful. I move in slow circles, covering the inner and outer aspects of the knee, then progressing to the area above the kneecap, and finally below it. This rhythmic stimulation accomplishes several important things. First, it activates the synovial fluid, the natural lubricant that keeps joints moving smoothly. Just as oil must be circulated in an engine, synovial fluid must be moved regularly to maintain its effectiveness. The gentle percussion also warms the joint by increasing local blood flow. Cold, stiff joints are weak joints. Warm, flexible joints are strong joints. This simple truth has guided temple healers for countless generations. But there is an energetic component as well. The tapping awakens the energy points around the knee, clearing blockages and restoring proper flow. In traditional Chinese medicine, knee problems are often related to blocked kidney energy or deficient spleen qi. The rhythmic stimulation helps to restore balance to these organ systems. I continue this practice for 3 to 5 minutes on each knee, maintaining steady, gentle rhythm while breathing calmly through my nose. Sometimes I hum quietly, adding the healing vibration of sound to the physical stimulation. As I tap, I visualize golden light flowing into my knees, warming them from within and restoring their natural flexibility. I remind myself that these joints have served me faithfully for 89 years, and I express gratitude for their continued service. When I finish, I always pause for a moment to feel the difference. My knees feel warm, alive, ready to support me through another day of walking and movement. The gates have been opened, and energy flows freely once again. Before sleep, stiffness gathers in the hips like sediment in a river. The hips are the very roots of leg power, the foundation from which all movement springs. When they become tight and restricted, the entire leg suffers, from the lower back down to the feet. This is why I perform the sacred night stretch, a sequence of gentle movements designed to open these vital energy channels and prepare the legs for deep, restorative sleep. I begin by lying on my back on a soft mat, allowing my entire body to settle into the earth's embrace. I take 3 deep breaths, releasing the tensions and concerns of the day with each exhale. First, I practice the sacred knee embrace. I lift my right knee toward my chest, wrapping both hands gently around the back of my thigh. I do not pull or force, but simply invite the leg to come closer, like welcoming an old friend. I hold this position for exactly 30 seconds, breathing deeply and visualizing my hip joint opening like a flower in the morning sun. I feel the stretch not just in my hip, but all the way down the back of my leg, releasing tension in the hamstring and calf muscles. I repeat this with my left leg, maintaining the same gentle, patient approach. There is no rushing in temple life, no forcing the body to do what it is not ready to do. Next, I perform the sacred wall embrace. I move close to a wall and extend both legs up against it, forming an L shape with my body. My back remains flat on the floor while my legs rest vertically against the wall. This position is deeply healing for several reasons. First, it allows gravity to drain stagnant blood and lymphatic fluid from the legs, reducing swelling and inflammation. Second, it gently stretches the hamstrings and calves without strain or effort. Third, it signals to the nervous system that it is time to rest and restore. I remain in this position for 5 full minutes, sometimes longer if my legs feel particularly heavy or tired. During this time, I practice deep, slow breathing, allowing each exhale to release tension and each inhale to bring fresh energy into my body. As I rest in this position, I often feel a subtle tingling in my legs as circulation improves. Sometimes there is a gentle warmth, as if life force itself is flowing more freely through these tired pathways. For those who cannot easily get to a wall, the same benefits can be achieved by lying on a bed and resting the legs on pillows, elevating them above the level of the heart. When I slowly lower my legs back to the floor, I always pause to feel the difference. My legs feel lighter, more alive, as if years of accumulated tension have been gently washed away. This practice prepares my legs not just for sleep, but for the deep healing that occurs during the night hours when the body's natural repair mechanisms are most active. Most people drink nothing before bed, believing that fluids will disturb their sleep. But we monks understand a deeper truth. The right elixir, taken at the right time, can nourish the body throughout the night and accelerate the healing process. Each evening, as the temple settles into quietude, I prepare my sacred tonic, a simple but powerful combination of goji berries and red dates that has been used by Chinese healers for over 2,000 years. Goji berries, known as the fruit of longevity, are perhaps nature's most perfect blood tonic. They contain zeaxanthin and lutein for eye health, polysaccharides that boost immune function, and 18 amino acids that support muscle repair and regeneration. But their most important property for leg health is their ability to strengthen the blood itself. In traditional Chinese medicine, weak legs are often a sign of blood deficiency. When the blood lacks vitality, it cannot properly nourish the muscles, tendons, and joints of the lower body. Red dates, or jujube fruits, are equally precious. They support the spleen, the organ responsible for transforming food into usable energy, and they nourish what we call qi, the vital force that animates all living things. To prepare this sacred elixir, I place 1 tablespoon of dried goji berries and 3 red dates in a small clay pot. I add 2 cups of pure water and bring it to a gentle boil. Then reduce the heat and let it simmer for 15 minutes. The kitchen fills with a sweet, earthy aroma that reminds me of mountain forests and ancient wisdom. I strain the liquid into a small cup and drink it warm, about 1 hour before sleep. As I sip this precious elixir, I feel its warmth spreading through my body. The goji berries provide antioxidants that fight inflammation and oxidative stress, the hidden culprits behind muscle weakness and joint pain. The red dates offer natural sugars that feed the muscles and nervous system without causing the energy spikes and crashes of processed sweets. But this tonic works on levels beyond the purely physical. In temple medicine, we understand that healing happens first in the spirit, then in the energy body, and finally in the physical form. By taking this elixir with intention and gratitude, I am nourishing all these layers simultaneously. Sometimes I add a small piece of fresh ginger or a few slices of dried tangerine peel for additional warming properties. In winter, when the body needs extra support, I might include a small piece of dried longan fruit or a few dried chrysanthemum flowers. The key is consistency. This is not a medicine to be taken only when symptoms appear, but a daily practice of nourishment and prevention. Night after night, this simple tonic rebuilds blood quality, strengthens the organs that support leg health, and provides the raw materials the body needs for tissue repair and regeneration. As I finish the last sip, I feel prepared for the next sacred practice, knowing that my body is being nourished from within as I prepare for sleep. Leg weakness is not only a physical condition. Often it begins in the nervous system, in the constant state of stress and tension that characterizes modern life. When the nervous system is overactivated, the body remains in a state of emergency, unable to devote energy to healing and repair. This is why I practice the sacred breath pattern that temple healers call the breath of the legs, a simple but profound technique that shifts the body from stress mode into healing mode. I lie comfortably on my back, arms relaxed at my sides, eyes gently closed. I place one hand on my chest and one on my belly, feeling the natural rhythm of my breath without trying to change it. Then I begin the sacred pattern. Inhale slowly through my nose for exactly 4 counts, hold the breath gently for 4 counts, then exhale slowly through my mouth for 6 counts. This is not random timing, but a carefully calibrated rhythm that activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the branch responsible for rest, digest, and repair functions. The 4-count inhale is long enough to fully oxygenate the blood without causing stress or strain. The 4-count hold allows the oxygen to be absorbed into the bloodstream and carried to every cell in the body. The 6-count exhale is longer than the inhale, which signals to the brain that there is no emergency, no need for fight or flight activation. As I practice this breathing pattern, I visualize the oxygen flowing specifically to my legs, bringing fresh life force to muscles, nerves, and joints that may have been starved of proper circulation during the day. I continue this pattern for exactly 10 cycles, counting slowly and steadily. Sometimes, if my mind is particularly active or my body feels tense, I will practice for 15 or even 20 cycles. This practice accomplishes several important things. First, it slows the heart rate and lowers blood pressure, reducing the inflammatory stress that contributes to muscle weakness and joint pain. Second, it deepens leg oxygenation by improving the efficiency of oxygen delivery to the lower extremities. When we breathe shallowly, as most people do throughout the day, the legs receive only a fraction of the oxygen they need for optimal function. Third, it promotes nighttime recovery by activating the rest and repair mechanisms that work most effectively during sleep. Growth hormone, which is essential for muscle repair and regeneration, is released primarily during deep sleep phases that are enhanced by parasympathetic activation. As I practice this sacred breathing, I often feel a subtle warmth spreading through my legs, as if the life force itself is flowing more freely through these vital pathways. Sometimes there is a gentle tingling, a sign that circulation is improving and nerve function is being restored. When I complete the 10 cycles, I always pause for a moment to feel the profound stillness that has settled over my body and mind. This is the state in which true healing happens, when the body can finally devote its energy to repair and regeneration rather than stress response. This final practice may sound strange to those unfamiliar with temple ways, but I believe in it with every fiber of my being. It is the practice of speaking directly to your legs, offering them gratitude, encouragement, and healing intention. Before sleep, I sit on the edge of my bed in the soft glow of candlelight. I place both hands gently on my thighs, feeling the warmth of my palms against the tired muscles that have carried me through another day. In a voice barely above a whisper, I speak to my legs as I would to dear friends who have served me faithfully. You have carried me well today. Through temple grounds and mountain paths, through moments of joy and times of challenge. You have never failed me, never abandoned me, never asked for more than I could give. You are strong, even when you feel weak. You are wise, even when you doubt yourselves. You contain within your very cells the memory of perfect health, perfect function, perfect vitality. Tonight, as I sleep, you will heal. You will restore. You will remember your true nature, which is strength, flexibility, and grace. Every cell will regenerate. Every nerve will reconnect. Every muscle will rebuild itself stronger than before. I release you from the tensions of today. I forgive you for any moments of weakness or pain. I thank you for your endless service, and I promise to treat you with the respect and care you deserve. Rest now. Heal now. Tomorrow we will walk together again, stronger and more vital than ever before. This is not fantasy or wishful thinking. Modern science has confirmed what temple healers have known for millennia, that positive verbal reinforcement can improve sleep quality, lower cortisol levels, reduce inflammation, and even accelerate muscular repair and regeneration. Studies have shown that patients who speak kindly to their bodies heal faster from injuries, recover more quickly from surgeries, and experience less chronic pain than those who engage in negative self-talk. The body listens to every word we speak, every thought we think. For years, perhaps decades, you may have spoken harshly to your legs, criticizing them for their weakness, condemning them for their pain, expressing frustration with their limitations. Tonight, speak gently. Speak with love. Speak with the recognition that your legs are not separate from you, but are you, deserving of the same compassion and kindness you would offer to a beloved friend. As I finish this sacred practice, I often feel a subtle shift in the energy of my legs. It is as if they have truly heard my words and accepted my healing intention. Sometimes there is warmth, sometimes a gentle tingling, sometimes simply a deep sense of peace and gratitude. This practice of loving speech completes the circle of healing, addressing not just the physical and energetic aspects of leg health, but the emotional and spiritual dimensions as well. You may be 47 and feeling the first signs of weakness. You may be 67 and struggling with circulation. You may be 87 and fearing that your legs are failing you. It does not matter where you are on this journey. Your legs are still listening, still waiting to be restored. These 7 sacred rituals are not magic spells or miracle cures. They are time-tested practices based on ancient wisdom and confirmed by modern science. They work not through force or intensity, but through consistency, intention, and deep respect for the body's natural healing capacity. You do not need to do them all at once. Start with the one that calls to you most strongly. Perhaps it is the warming foot soak that appeals to your tired feet. Maybe it is the gentle breathing that speaks to your stressed nervous system. Or perhaps it is the simple act of speaking kindly to your legs that resonates with your heart. Begin tonight. Choose one practice and commit to it for 7 days. Feel how your body responds. Notice the subtle changes in comfort, energy, and mobility. Then, when you are ready, add another practice and another. Remember that healing is not a destination, but a journey. There will be good days and challenging days. There will be moments of progress and times when improvement seems slow. This is natural and normal. The path of healing is not a straight line, but a spiral, each cycle bringing you closer to your goal of strong, vital, healthy legs. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to your body. Trust in the ancient wisdom that has guided temple healers for thousands of years. Your legs have carried you this far in life. With proper care and attention, they will carry you much farther still. These rituals are part of my night, every night, without exception. And because of them, my legs still carry me up temple steps, down mountain paths, across the changing seasons of life. At 89 years old, I walk with the confidence and grace of someone half my age. This same vitality is available to you, not through complicated treatments or expensive procedures, but through simple, sacred practices that honor the wisdom of your body and support its natural healing capacity. Your body has been waiting for this care, this attention, this love. It has been patient with years of neglect or harsh treatment, but it has never stopped hoping that you would remember how to truly nurture and heal. Tonight, you take the first step on this healing journey. Tomorrow, you continue. Day by day, night by night, practice by practice, you will rebuild the strength and vitality that is your birthright. And soon, very soon, your body will whisper back to you the words every healer longs to hear. Thank you. I am Monk Hanzo, keeper of ancient wisdom, guardian of sacred practices, and I believe with absolute certainty that your legs will walk far, that they will carry you with strength and grace through all the years that lie ahead. Even as the world sleeps, your healing continues. Trust in this process. Trust in your body's wisdom. Trust in the sacred journey that begins tonight. May your legs be strong. May your steps be sure. May your path be long and filled with joy. The temple bells are calling. It is time to begin.